is happening? Guys, our world's going crazy. I know I keep talking about it, right? I for me, I'm at a loss for words, and that's never, that never happens. Like, but I just cannot believe Trudeau. I can't believe, okay, I wrote it down. He's got the We Charity. We got the 8 billion, billion. A mess of my makeup. I am getting old and I can't see as well. I have cataracts, so I'm like, anyways, so We Charity, and then there's this 8 billion net zero accelerator for emissions reduction. And there was like, I think it was $70 million was available for people that had ideas about energy efficiency, and they were just handing out the money, but nobody that was actually working on any patents or any new forms of energy got any of that money. That just went out to, like, if it was the United States, it's called lobbyists, but here it's not that, but it's like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's bad I know more about their politics than ours, but I wish they would just put all our clips on the news like they do on theirs, because people need to see what the fuck is going on in the House of Commons. I've been there for like 3 straight days, and I'm like, oh my God, like, you people are fucked. Like, what are you doing? This is our money. You're fucking us out of it. People get how much to live on, and then you're like giving billions away. Billions with a B. Like, are you kidding me? And then we funded Ukraine, and we funded foreign fucking other people, and then they may or may not have tampered in our elections. Are you kidding? They might have had some sort of influence over our Canadian elections. Are you joking me? And then the C-63 bill, I'm incensed. Which has made me take to making videos, because I can say all this shit and maybe they won't know. Shh, don't tell them. Fuckers. I don't know. There's so many really great creators, and I love TikTok too, and they're like, we're gonna ban TikTok, and probably they're gonna ban YouTube. Or I'm just like, fuck off. This is our only outlet to talk to some people, to talk to the people in the world. Oh man, I really screwed up my lips. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But I just wanted to say, like, what do you guys think about this? Like, I'm not the only one who's losing my mind, right? And the whole the protesting and stuff. To me, it's like, sorry, my dog's trying to get underneath my chair again. My baby, she's a little baby golden retriever. I'm petting her right now. She's a good girl. She's a good girl. But yeah, I am very pro Canada, and I want it to remain Canada. And I saw some of the protesters were like, we need to dismantle the social systems in our countries and redo our governments and blah, blah. It's like, okay, we could maybe do some changing, but for you to say, dismantle Canada, don't be proud of anything that ever happened and since we've been alive, since we've been a country, I mean. Let's just go fuck it and then erase and start from zero again? No. People fought wars for our freedoms. People fought wars for freedoms like fucknards giving away, like us. He's going to go through all our tweets and texts and comments? I can't get over that one. That's just, that just grates my nerves. Oh my God. But I mean, I can't be the only one, right? Can somebody comment? Let me know what they're thinking. I just feel like I'm going crazy. I'm taking crazy pills. I mean, like, and I'm not, but that's what it feels like. I mean, I'm living in my country, but is it my country anymore? It seems like he's just going to pander to whoever will give him the vote. And that's what he's doing. And he's giving money away to people, and not Canadians. I'm sorry, it's not that they're not Canadians, but they're not quite citizens. So aren't you going to give some to the actual Canadian people that were born here, perhaps? Like, I just don't understand the inequity in our country. It's not fair. It's unkind. It's rude. And I do make more than like 10 grand a year. I figured it out. I figured it out. I don't make a lot. I'm on disability. And like I said, I got a little guy. But it's like, these people take Like I said, what I would make in a whole year and eat it for lunch. Are you fucking kidding? Where did you go for lunch that you spent $20,000? I mean, even if it was you and a couple other people, what the hell are you doing? What are you eating? Raw snails? Trudeau? Maybe? No? Too bad. Yeah. If you know, you know. They'll kill you. Don't eat a raw snail. Now you know. Unsupported, delicious puppies. Some good shit. All right. So, I've got a microphone. Every time I use the microphone, the sound doesn't come out when I'm doing the tape. So I end up just... And I'm like, what the fuck was I saying? What the hell's going on? What happened to my mic? I'm in this little teeny weeny room. It's my little teeny weeny office. It's starting to look, you know, cute, I guess. Kind of cute and old and funky. I don't know. I'm weird. I like stuff like that. Look at this. I like crazy shit. I like to take my dog out and see what she finds. Ooh, we have grapevines that grow around here just wild, so every year I make a grapevine wreath with all those little twirlies. It's so pretty. Okay, so algorithms fuck off, but what are we gonna do seriously about these idiots? Sorry, I'm dry. This shit does not plump your lips. Don't give them any of your money. I'm sorry, but City Lips. Here's my non-commercial. It reminds me of the shit we used to put on our lips in the 70s and 80s, and the lip balls. Those roller balls, remember those? Come on, you remember. You know. Remember, we even had perfume that came in roller balls. But this shit, it doesn't plump. It doesn't do anything. It's pink because I always seem to have pink lipstick on before I apply it, and I don't give a shit. I've tried it bare on my lips without anything else on it. Doesn't work. I wish I could say a word. God dang, what's going on with that? It's like I got a freckle there or something. That's annoying when you can see what you look like while you're taping. It's kind of like, ugh. But then when you can't see what you look like, then you're constantly going, did that get taped? Did I say that? I'm like, psh. So you know a little bit more what you're doing if you can see what the fuck you're taping. And I always make these videos and I say not for kids. It's not that they're not for kids. There's nothing that's risque or anything. It's just I swear. And I have, my thoughts on shit. And, yeah. But yeah. My littlest baby sister had her birthday this week. She's beautiful. And she's 5 years younger than me. And I can't believe that. Because she looks like she's in her 40s. And she's in her 50s. And I love her, and she's my sweet girl, and she's beautiful, and she's got 2 beautiful boys and a handsome husband, and they're just having this fabulous life, and we all might run away from Canada if we need to. I'm not even kidding. She's like, you can come. I'm like, oh, thanks. I think I will. Fuck. Where are we going again? As long as I got some sunscreen and some pain pills, I'll be on my way. I'm telling you, you know what though? I don't think I can live in another country. I love Canada. I'm so used to our freedoms and all this shit that I would go overseas and they would like lock me the fuck up because of my mouth. I mean, I can't help it. How can you not have an opinion about what's going on right now in our world? I mean, if somebody said, oh, Satan has come back from hell and he's now the Antichrist, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Sounds about right. It sounds like everything that's going on right now and all the university kids. I mean, I really feel like they're getting brainwashed by these professors. Who tells these kids to barricade themselves in these gorgeous buildings? The architecture is amazing, and they're spray painting the shit out of it and graffitiing the shit out of it and having disrespect for every single thing that ever founded our country. Any statue, any plaques, anything. They spray painted, they broke windows, they damaged things, they tore stuff. It was just a shit show. Like, and then they're camped out, and then they won't let Jewish people on. It's like, are we living in the fucking, like, 1940s or something? I just, like, what's next? Are we gonna have a yellow badge if you're a Jew? Like, I mean, I'll put one on, and I'm not even. Fuck you all, man. I don't give a shit. That's just racist shit. And then why can't two people share? Like I said yesterday on my tape, what the fuck? Why can't you share? I don't get it. I'm sorry, I just don't understand it. It's like with Quebec. If you really don't fucking want to be here, see ya, but don't expect you're going to get all our Canada's money if you're going to secede from Canada. That's how that works. Yeah. But anyways. But yeah, I haven't been shopping on Temu. Mostly because I got my identity ripped off. But I don't know if that was what did it. I occasionally still order off of Amazon. I cameled my Prime. I canceled my Prime. See? Apparently. Remember that kid? He was so cute. Well, apparently, I just need to get the sentence out, and then apparently you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah. I digress, obviously, all the time. I forget my thought. I don't know. Check me out for a brain tumor. Oh my god. I'm 57. I'm 3 years away. My birthday, I'm going to be 58 this month. I'm 2 years almost away from the year that my dad died. He was 60. I'm like going to be 58, 2 years away. I don't feel like I'm old enough to die yet. What a shitty fucking thing. Like, I always thought, oh my god, my dad, and that was his time, blah, 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 and he was old. No, he fucking wasn't old. He was 60. Like I said, 2 years away. Do I look like I'm ready to fucking roll over and fall into a grave? No. And I might look like that when I wake up in the morning, in the morning times. But I mean, I do care. I like, you know, I do. I don't know. You know. Anyways, so lost my train of thought. Other than Trudeau's a dick. We know that. Did you know? It comes from a reliable source, and I'm not going to reveal source names ever. I just pretend I'm the news and fuck off because you don't know if I am or not, right? But a good source told me those beautiful bins that everybody got, those really nice composting bins, those fabulous idea. Wow, composting finally, yay. I was like, maybe they'll sell us discounted, you know, mulch from it or whatever, or compost from it, and it'll be like this great soil because it's made of all of our food leftovers and nothing else, just straight food, the way it's supposed to be. And then, nope, apparently, it goes into the landfill. But, so, how many millions of dollars did you waste on that? Trudeache. You wonder why I call you that? You wonder why people have no respect. I mean, you're going to waste that kind of cash on a system that you're not even doubling down to make sure it works. You're like, here, take the garbage away from them and then put it over here and tell them that it's going into the composting, but just put it in the landfill. It's okay. They'll never know. Fuck. It was really good of that garbage guy to tell my friend that because she got it from a source, a reputable source, and I believe him because he's a guy. He's the garbage guy. He would know. And that sucks to me. Like, that is just government waste. And I think I talked about it yesterday, but I'm not sure, but I think it might have cost, and this sounds ridiculous, this can't be right, $50 million to put tampons and pads in every washroom in every federal building in Canada. So that's a lot. So yeah, it probably was 50 million. And in men's and women's bathrooms. I'm just getting sick of this shit. Like, I can't, you know, and nobody knows what you are, or we're not judging you on that, but I don't know. I keep forgetting my train of thoughts, but I'm glad I wrote some of this shit down. But zero accelerator, and then nobody does anything, and then there's $1 billion, $8 billion. Where'd that money go? Into your little slush fund, into your little, you know, Cayman Island account there, Trudeau? And, you know, if we're going to get in trouble, I'm going to go down swinging, and I get a lot of opinions about you, buddy. I don't think you're very qualified. I think that you got your job and you were lucky to get it, and then to keep grasp over the power that you had as leader. You did the whole fuckery with the last election, you little shit. And then you decided to fuck Canada. You're like, I'm going to make a mandate. And we're all like, no, please don't do that. Don't, you know, you could have been our hero, Justin, but instead you were a dick, and you're the biggest dick now. Everybody hates you now. And that's why. It started with the truckers protest, and then it continued with every single thing you've done since. And Jagmeet Singh showing off his fancy watches and, you know, beautiful cashmere sweaters and shit like that. You people make far too much money and have far too much free time and have too many pension funds and cottages and all these things that you think it's so easy to just give something up like that because you don't have to do it because you're in government, and you'll never have to do it because once you get out of government, you'll have a pension and you'll be like living on some island somewhere. We're not stupid, but you can't expect people to actually respect you for this. Like, you obviously ripped people off. You're in charge. You should be impeached. If that's what it's called here in Canada, impeach the shit out of him. He's lied. He's stolen money. If anybody else did that, they'd be thrown in jail. And then he's got this new law. We got this law. We got to get it off the books. I don't know how, but I won't vote for Pierre unless he gets it off. That has to get off. There cannot be ever a time when somebody can use your thoughts, your emotions, your like, sometimes people spill out the most important things in those comments. Sometimes people say nothing. Sometimes they leave emojis. But some people really pour their heart and soul, and I'm one of them. When I see something that really matters to me, I know I'm probably what my daughter would call a troll. I go in after the fact, I watch the videos, and I'm like, oh yeah, and I comment. But I'm not the only one there in the comments, and I've even been in like comment thingies with people. It's pretty fun. It's kind of cool. Like, they say something, and you say something back, and we both have our, excuse me, our opinions, and I love that. Like, can't we just agree to disagree sometimes? Like, if you're going to spend $8 billion on net zero, then you got $8 billion you could use to feed people. Why did you give how much to Loblaws? Like another 25 billion or whatever? Even if it's only $1 million, it's still millions. Did you give that to needy families? You could have gave everybody $500. Like, you could have been the hero, but instead you're like, shh, take that away, and whoosh, take that away. And then you make us get the jab if we're in a position where we can no longer work without it, and we don't want it, but you make us, not me, but everybody that I know that really didn't feel like they wanted to do that, and then they were pushed into it. There was even pressure online from Trudeau back then, saying that, you know, these people are marginalized and we just need to show them the error of their ways, and then they'll come and they'll get the jab. And now all the shit that's coming out about the jab and myocarditis and heart, you know, other heart issues, lung issues. I've seen young men fall right from their standing position onto a court, having heart attacks in their teens, and they're 19. That one athlete's guy, his son, like, just dropped, and he was almost dead if it wasn't for a defibrillator. Like, there's so many things that have happened to these people because they have taken it. So I want to know what's in it, and I want to know why you lied, because there's things that stay in your body after the fact from that. And you can say that's misinformation, but I've actually been looking at these informational things from, like, websites that deal specifically with that. The name escapes me, but it's like, it's not the World Health, I can tell you that. But like for instance, like, they'll be like, oh, when we first gave this out, we thought this and this and this, and then we now find that it causes this and this and this. And those things are deadly, like blood clots and myocarditis and lung issues. So why are we still giving it to people? If you know that there's something wrong with it, why are you still giving it to people? And then one of them pulled it, I think it was Pfizer, pulls it from the shelf, saying, okay, we're not going to give it out anymore. And the one thing I don't like about it is, and they lied. They completely lied, and then they've proven this after the fact, which is why I'm telling you now, because I read it online. It wasn't online, just some guy writing it. It was like a news article saying that there are remnant DNA, RNA strands left in you from the jab, and they don't leave. What do? Why are they there? Why didn't they go? And why did they want us to take it so fucking bad? That's all I would say about it. Anyways, I hope everybody's having a lovely day, a great week. And I don't know, maybe they kicked out all the Islamist radicals in Deutschland, was it? Maybe will you take me there? And Elon, baby, I said this online, they're going to lock me up because of Trudeau. Come and help me, man. It's just crazy to me. We're going to put you in jail because you made a comment online. It just sounds retarded, right? When you think about it with a level head. Yeah, nobody is level-headed anymore in the governments. They're all like cloud-headed. They're stupid. They don't fucking get it. They're out of touch. It's just sickening to me. And then I just cannot stand when I do look online and I see these kids kicking Jewish people out of campuses. I mean, that fucking makes me crazy. I gotta say, it just makes me nuts. It does. It's wrong. How the fuck do we go from where we were in society to pre-COVID, even just give that as the baseline, to where we are now? Life has gone down the tubes in every single way. They made us stay in lockdown, and then they're like, we might have to give you all these things, and you need boosters, and if you don't do that, you can't go there, and you can't leave the country, and like, I'm sorry, but eventually they don't want us to leave. They want us to stay in small cities, and they want to own all the properties, and they want to make all the money, and they want to have all the food for themselves, and then we are just the peons, and we'll get what's left if we're lucky. Which is probably why the government's sending the army guys around. Have you got a garden? Is what they're asking people. Have you got a garden? I do, but there's a lot of people that don't. So what does that mean? That we're going to have a food poverty, a food scarcity, a famine, whatever you want to call it? Probably because you're blowing up all the bridges all around the world so that people can't get their exports and imports. So why are you doing that? There's so many things that are wrong, that are going wrong, that it can't be by accident. It's got to be by design. And that's where I am stuck. This is why I've been back for like 2-3 days straight with you guys. I'm like, fuck, what is going on? I'm trying to grasp it. I just can't. I don't know. What do you guys think? You like my little shabby chic heart? I made that last year. And I made that painting too in behind there. And I do crafty stuff. I really do. I promise. I promise I do. But yes, I haven't done any lately, but I have an idea for, I want to do a fake coral. And what I do is, I saw this really cool branch, but it's like all these really weird tendrils, and it's dried out. And if I hang it upside down and I pour, I'm going to put, I mix, what do you call it? Putty compound, you know that? Drywall compound. It's just like comes in a tub. It's already pre-made. You just scoop it out. I scoop it out and I mix about 60% plaster, maybe 70 to about 30% paint. Nice, like good quality, just regular wall paint. I don't use anything else usually. I mean, I have acrylic, but that's not something that I would do that with because it's not the right kind. But the mixture together with the, it makes it like what do you call it? A chalk paint. And the mixture of like the drywall compound and then the paint dries in such a way that, like, if you have lumps of the clay within this, like the slurry that you stick the thing in, so you make this stuff and you mix it all up, and then you stick the stick in it. You stick the stick. You stick the damn stick in the damn hole. But you stick it in the container like you're churning butter. And then you have to hang it to dry, and there'll be these little lumpy things that'll fall, and some of them will land and they'll stay in place, and they'll coat the little weird nubblies on the branches that are like, and then it'll look like coral, which is what my final thing is. And I had years ago, I had a friend of mine, she had a yard sale, and I saw this frame, and it was just like, ooh, that's interesting. Because I always see something different when I look at stuff than it really is at that point. I either dismantle it in my head and figure, what can I make out of that? If it's like broken and there's still pieces that are usable, I just feel like, why fill up the landfills? But she was selling this reindeer, and it's really pretty. I never told her that I did this. It was cute, but it wasn't something that you could keep up all the time. And my theme is more like coral and stones and rocks, and natural shit. Well, I also like glitter and glitz and flowers too. So, whew. And boats. I love boats, but I'm scared as fuck of the ocean. And I can swim. I can save my life swimming. It's no problem. It's just what the fuck's in there. I think there's more than we know. But anyways, so, oh God, what was I talking about now? Yeah, I do my shabby chic and all that shit. Yep. My coral. But if you do stuff like that, and then you like that kind of natural look, and then you let that thing dry. Sorry, I got a hair in my eye. It's a hair in my eye. Okay. So yeah, you let it dry, and then you can put on a different coat. Like I will sometimes mix a little bit of another layer with the same thing, the paint and the drywall, but I'll put more drywall and just a little bit of paint, and then I'll kind of pat it on, which is what I did on the whatchamacallit, on my frame, the reindeer frame. So, and I had it laying down instead of having it up because gravity would make the stuff drop. So if you want it to stick on and harden onto a frame, you just cover the glass, or take the frame right off the what do you call that? I don't know, the backing. Okay, so you take the frame off the backing, and then I kind of took like a sponge, but with a lot of the drywall, and I pounced it on, and then I waited for that to dry, and then I did it a couple more times until it built up the layer, so it was like nice, and it looked like coral. Like it's beautiful. I'll take a picture of it before I do this. Maybe I can put it on here and it'll be my picture for this. But I really wanted to show you. It's just that I was busy making cookies with my grandson, so I had to do other things. I made them by scratch too. They're nummy. They're brownie cookies, and I stuffed some walnuts in mine. Love a good brownie with walnuts too. These cookies taste like brownies, so it works. When I first tasted it, these cookies tasted like Kit Kat bars. When they first came out of the oven, I was like, why does that taste like that? And it was semi-sweet dark chocolate chip, and then excuse me, and then baker's chocolate. Excuse me, baker's chocolate. I always get it when I'm trying to talk to you guys. And then I mix that in with the flour, and I sift it and all that kind of shit. Maybe I'll show you one time. I'll do a baking thing. I like to bake. I'm good at it. But I don't measure anything, so I can't really tell you, hey, this is how you make that. I just let you watch me fuck it up. I don't fuck it up. I'm a pretty good cook, actually. But you gotta learn as you go in life. And, I mean, I learned a lot of stuff before I was even 20 that I still use in my life. And then there's stuff that I know that I should have taught my kids that I didn't teach them. It was like, oh, here, I'll get your plate for you. And I'll do this. Here's your laundry. I only had 2 kids. It was like, I wanted their clothes clean. I wanted to make sure they looked good. So you do the laundry. You know what I mean? So you end up doing everything for your kids, and then they're like, see ya. So as soon as they hit 18, they're like, get the fuck out of Dodge. But for all I've forgotten in this segment, I apologize, because I just get like, my thoughts go skipping around in my head. Somebody said to me before they thought I had ADHD. I think they might be right. But, fun little factoid, my doctor, who's my doctor, said that I would have to go on my own to find a person who deals with specific ADHD if I thought that that was what I really had, and that it could cost up to about $5,000 because you have to apply for different paperwork. I haven't got time for that. Nobody got no time for that. Like, what the $5,000? Are you fucking ridiculous? And I don't know about you guys, but like, I have a disability, and you can't tell by looking at me, and that's what kills me, because people would be like, oh, she's just lazy, she doesn't do anything. It's not like that. I'm in pain like every fucking day, but I mean, I'm getting kind of used to it, but it's probably what makes me so bitchy. Right? And I don't even think I'm bitchy. I'm just like twisted out of shape about what's going on in our world. I never in a million years with this whole hating the Jews and pro-Palestine. It hurts my heart. It just hurts my heart, guys. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna take a picture and I'm gonna add it onto this. And what the fuck did I do? Like, look at this. And is it food? No. What the fuck was it? See? Oh, now look at me. You know when they do those big lips that are bigger than their lip lines? Oh my god, that's hysterical. I was always like, I'll never do that. And that's what it looks like I did. But anyways, you guys have a lovely day. I love talking to you. Even if I get one view, I'm like, I got one view, yay! But please subscribe. Put a like on there, a comment. Ooh, it would be put me over the moon, guys. I thank you so much. Have a lovely day. And for all my family and friends, my sisters and brothers, my exes, my kids that are in Brazil, I love you. Stay out of the flood, Savannah. Mommy loves you. Have a great day, guys. And a great night. Bye.